Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela again on this glorious sunny day, and gosh, it is such a sunny day and quite late in the day too. But I thought I would spend a little time making another book page project. I know that lots of us have book pages, and again, after last week's little project, I thought, well, yes, I've made this for the one signature. I'm going to do something else with book pages for the other. So I hope you're going to enjoy following along. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome. And of course, this is your very first time. It's lovely to have you, and a very warm welcome too. All right, so I have got two book pages here. Again, it's with things that aren't particularly pretty or things that I would really put into my journal. So it's just these sorts of things. And I thought that I would use those and show you what I could do. Now I've got two, they are the same size. Remember, you can trim your pages down if they're bigger, too big for your journal. These are a bit smaller for mine, but they're going to do the job. So I'm going to use these. And I've got two of them, and I'm going to join up the two in a moment. So that's the first thing. So take two pages and put them together, and we will either glue or stitch or something, but we're going to do this. Now this is going to have a numerous amount of pockets, so really a plethora of pockets, but that's what we want. We want places to store things when we're writing, bits that we collect. This is going to be that place to keep everything. So we've got the two together, and I think what I'm going to do first of all is stick on some goodies quickly. So I'm going to start with this side over here. Now, what I wanted to do was, let me just find this picture. This picture here is really big, and I don't really want that to be part of my journal. So I've taken one of my mini pages. This is one of the mini pages. It was a bit too small to cover up this area, so I've just backed it onto one of the background pages, and I have stitched around it. You don't have to stitch around it. But what I'm going to do is make a pocket with this. So I'm going to put that onto this piece over here, like that. I'm going to move it up. So this piece covers this image here. And you can either glue this down, which is what I'm going to do, on three sides so that we have a pocket over here. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So that's the first little bit. So let's get going with that. Yeah, so I like to keep my hand on the side. I don't need the glue. That helps to remind me. And of course you can use, you can use double-sided tape if you prefer that. But this glue is going to do the job. Thank you for all the lovely comments about last week's video. And I'm so glad that you guys enjoyed the Q&A. I'm going to share a few more of those types of questions and things with you guys again today. I want to cover up the fruit sign. There we go. Right. So once I get going here, we'll do that. Right, so I've got a little pocket like this over here now. And that's a great place to put in things. And I've got a couple of things we can put in there. Then on this side, what I wanted to do here was actually turn that page down. You can see I had done that already. So we're going to use that for doing that over there. So I'm going to stick this edge down. Now you can make this pocket as shallow or deep as you like. It all depends on the size of the triangle. Mine is about 1 inch from the edge here. So I just want to stick that down. You can also tuck it the other way as well if you prefer. So we've got that. And then I'm going to put a little pocket at the base here, which I have got somewhere. Here it is. Those are just the ephemera bits. So I've taken a page and I've double folded it here. I'm not giving you any measurements today because everybody's book pages are going to be different. I'm going to just give you an idea of what it looks like. This is just a plain pocket. This particular one is 2 inches by 4 1/4, and it's just giving me a little bit of space on each side there, and I'm going to just stick that down just like that. So I like to do it double, as you know. I just think it's stronger and less chance of tearing. So we're going to get that stuck down. Now I'm leaving the joining of the pages to the last moment, because you never know if there's something I need to do before I join them. I'm not going to join them completely. I'm going to show you with the back of that one there, that's going to make a pocket, so you can see we're only going to join it on a certain side. And this one we're going to do something with as well. Right, let's put a few decorative bits on here. So I've got some of these little die cut pieces, and we are going to stick these down. And while I do that, I'm going to read out one of the questions that I was asked as well. Somebody asked me, what other crafting hobbies other than paper crafting do I do? And I have always been a hobbies person. I think I've mentioned before that, you know, I love reading. Reading is one of my favorite things to do. I find the great escapism, especially at night when I'm trying to go to sleep and I'm not good at going to sleep. My mind won't switch off, and I haven't found the off switch. I think that's what it is. So with listening to an audio book on a timer, I seem to find that it sort of switches my own thoughts off, and I'm able to go to sleep easier. So people use music, different things, but for me it's an audio book as well. I set it, as I said, on a timer. So that's what I do. Books, I love walking. I love nature. So walking is another pastime. I like to do that with my dog and often with my children. We do that. And long before now, I used to be an avid walker, and I used to belong to the Trails Club and the Mountain Club. So walking has always been something I've enjoyed. Other hobbies, I do like embroidery, although I don't get much time to do that. I love sewing. I don't get much time to do that other than paper. And I've always been an avid sewer from young, very young. So that's another thing. I love cooking, and I'm good at cooking too. I'm good at cake making and cake decorating. I used to do that as well. So all those sorts of things are sort of my bag, really. I've lost one of my, here it is. All right. Another question somebody asked me is, and this is a common question, where do I get all my ideas? Now, I will tell you, and some of you have seen me comment on this before, I get inspired by strange things. My inspiration usually comes to me in the middle of the night. So I might see, I don't know, I wake up often in the night, as you do as you get older. I think it's just a thing that seems to happen. And I often get ideas when I'm trying to fall back to sleep. Ultimately, I end up just putting on the the audiobook again, because I can't get back to sleep. But to stick back to the question, I get my ideas, I think it's just how I'm wired. Now, I don't think many people know, but most of the careers I've had have been in product development. So what that means is coming up with ideas and products for companies. So I started off in the baking industry, and my job was, amongst other things, ultimately it was designing new product lines. So I think that's just been my bag. I've done that I did do that for quite a few supermarkets for different things, foods, mainly food. So, or ultimately being creative with problem solving in business. So that's really what my mind is about. I'm not a color in the lines or limited by the edge of the page kind of person. So I think my ideas just come to me because I will always challenge those sort of ideas. I've never had an art lesson in my life. I think I've just taken everything that I enjoy, like sewing. I've always been a paper crafting person with cards as a child, and ultimately scrapbooking and those sorts of things. But I think it's just a combination: embroidery, sewing, paper crafting, and all the experience I've had in my life really that has got me to be able to do what I do. And so yeah, that's where I probably get my ideas from. And the strangest thing, walking in the fields, looking at the wildflowers, that inspired me to make a wildflower journal. Just, you know, thinking about my own life and things I'd like to do, that inspires me to make something. It's just playing around and pushing the boundaries and not looking at it as black and white. I'm definitely a grey and silver and every other sort of colour. I think that's what it is. I don't know how else to really explain that. But I have said before, I have days where I'm just going to glue this bit here quickly. I have days where ideas flow out of me, and I have other days where I have nothing at all. So, you know, I write those things down, and I do have a book next to my bed that when I wake up in the middle of the night, which happens a lot, that I make some kind of a note or drawing so that I know what it is that that I can remember it the next day, you know. So I think that's what it is. Now I have put some glue down here, which will go here. I've run it right across the bottom and just up to the top there on this piece. I'm leaving the top open, so that's what we're doing. I just want to join these two up quickly, like that. All right, I want to just match everything here, and that shouldn't be too difficult to do. All right, so there we go. All right, so I'm just going to, I want to keep this bit open, and I want to just put some glue along that little bit there, more down the middle section and just a little bit along here. Okay. All right, we want to keep that bit open as much as possible. I'm going to put a card in there, a journal card. So we've got that open. So we've got an opening here. We've got an opening here. All right. So far, so good. Right. So we've got two pockets here. There's a pocket there, pocket here, a pocket here, pocket there. Right. We're going to turn it over. Right. So let's now start with this side. Okay. What I've got is these two little pockets that come in my add-on kit. These are easy to make yourself, so you can use any kind of paper to do that. I've also got a 1-inch wide strip. That's the length of my page. I'm going to stick that down straight away down the middle here. Cover those dark lines. Right, so the next question is, how do I remember what I have in my stash? And where do I source my vintage lace and books and ephemera and things? Well, I think if you've seen my tour of my craft room, you'll see that I have the IKEA box system. For the life of me now, I've forgotten what it is. It's all those boxes in the shelving, and I put everything in there. And I've also got boxes on the top of that, too deep, too high, in rows. They've all got labels on, and you're able to see what's in it. So I put everything that's the same together in there. So I've got one for sari silk. I've got two sets of pull-out drawers for lace. I've got quite a few. I've got one for all sorts of things, so I'm not going to list everything. You can go and have a look there if you like. And that's how I store it, so it's easy for me to find. So that's the first thing. Right, before I stick this down, I want to just make sure that if I stick that one on that writing and I stick that one there, yes, okay. Just getting my grip myself sorted here. Okay, so I've just put glue on the edge here so that I can make that a little pocket. And I'm going to do the same on this one over here. And where do I source my stuff? Well, just like anybody else, I get a lot of lace from Plum Boutique. I get lace from eBay. I've people selling out job lots, mostly not big job lots, like somebody might be cleaning out a house and someone's got loads of lace, that kind of thing. So no different to anybody else. We don't we have car boots here, so that's similar to, you know, people clearing out their stuff. You sometimes can pick up lots of books there. Amazon is a great place for secondhand books, and eBay. So that's really where I get most of that stuff from. We don't have estate sales really, so there's not that thing, but charity shops is another one as well. I keep a tight handle and I'm pretty organized, so everything is easy to find. So that is, it has to be, so that I know where everything is when I'm looking for it. So that's what that's about really. Okay, on this side now, I have got 2 pieces of paper. I'm going to make a double pocket, and I'm also going to make a pocket behind this pocket. So I'm going to just move that up to the sunlight a bit. I've got this piece here, and as you can see, similar to the one on the other side of the page, like that. And then this one would fit over like that. And the reason I've got that like that is because I'm putting a third one, which comes one of the triangles from my add-on kit, to go like that. All right, so that's what that is. But now while I'm doing that as well, I also want a pocket underneath here. All right, so that's what that's about. And so I'm just going to glue these all together very quickly. All right, so we're going to just stick this down like that. Okay, so we can go and stick this one down here. We'll keep it not too close to the edge, like that. Make it nice and easy. And then we want to just put some glue on these 3 sides. So obviously your paper doesn't need to be double-sided. This is just me using reprints, using up all the paper that I can. I hate to waste it, and when you're sticking something down, then there's no need to worry about what's underneath, is there? So there we go. Right, so we've got that there. So we've got another 3 pockets here. All right, so we've got a pocket there, we've got a pocket here. This one's going to be a big pocket, so we're going to hold it on that side and then just get the glue on the edge here like that, and down here. Gosh, such a glorious day. We'd have to wait for the sun to go down a bit. Today is the summer solstice, I think. So, a longest day, and I promise you, I did look last night. We are not having darkness here. We're having twilight. That's what we're having. And yeah, it's been quite something. The sun didn't go down. It wasn't pitch dark here last night. It, you know, it hasn't been for a few nights. And at 11 o'clock, it still wasn't dark. This is 11 p.m. And at 2:30 in the morning, the sun was starting to show, it's starting to rise. It was getting light. It was unbelievable. So that's like 4.5 hours. It's unbelievable. So yeah, but tonight we go the other way after tonight. Okay, how's that coming along? Now we can add lots of bits and pieces to that. I'm not going to add too much. I did have a couple of sentiments and things, but I've added a little bit there. I'm leaving that as it is. I'm not going to put too much on here, although I think I'm going to put a bit of lace on that piece there. Look how we have transformed this already. So I'm just going to put a little bit of lace and nothing more on that little bit there. I think that's going to be perfect. So it's just at this point. And yes, when I'm working, I've got my trays So any of the ribbons and lace that I'm using is in a tray, and I have everything in those trays that you see me use, the papers, the scraps and everything. Very easy to work like that for me. Everybody's different. But yeah, I just like to keep, from when I was working, remember it's only this year that I've doing this full time. Before that I was a full-time teacher, and you know, that's a huge admin load, never mind everything else. So yeah, I had, every moment had to count for me, and I had to be organized, and I think that's pretty much been my whole life, being a single parent for, gosh, 12 years. I you know, had 2 needy children, and I needed every moment to count, along with the job and everything else. You know, you've got to plan. You learn to plan because there's just one adult, and I never lived near any family close enough to help me out. So it's always just been a necessity for me, and I think I've just carried on with it, really. Okay, I think that's everything on that front. Let's now put in some bits and pieces. So where to start? What I did was I made 2 really large journal cards, and I put some tabs in them. I've taken those big journal pages. I measured to fit inside here. And this is 1 page. It's the main front page. You can see I've got just the little middle bit that I chopped out of it, like that. I think something this way. So you can see it's sort of like that, and I've just backed it onto card. So this one will go on that side. This one's going to go in here, just like this. There we go. So that one's going to there, and a lovely journal card to write on. Then over here I've got 2 little pieces of ephemera, and I'm just going to put that in there and that in there, like that. So yes, you can't always see what's going on behind there, but that doesn't matter. When you take it out and you're writing, it's a nice little surprise. So that's there. Then on turn this over, I'll come back to that one. On this side here, we have got this big journal card, which is going to go into this pocket, which is from gluing those 2 pages behind. So a nice little tidy spot there. Then we have got some other bits. So I've got these 2 pieces that are going to go into this bit here, and you've got space to put something else there, and I haven't made anything for there, although I've got these 2 cards. I've got these for the other side, and then I've got these little tags here that are from, all of this is from my add-on kit. I'm going to just put those in there. So there's that one there and that one there. Gosh, how many pockets have we got? 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Let's put this one in here like that. We've got one there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pockets. Isn't that amazing? So I've got these to go in here. I thought I'd put one in here. I think this one, like that. And we can also put one on this side. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this around. I'm going to put that over there, and I'm going to put that over there. Or we don't have to put anything in there, really. Let's leave that one. We can stick some secret stuff in there, and I think that looks nicer. Okay, so everything is ready to go here. Lots and lots of space. So yeah, that's ready now to go into our signature. So let me grab that quickly. Okay, so I've got my first signature now. And just after this particular one that we've done, and just there's the envelope there, I'm going to put it into the section over here, I think. So we've got those 2 facing that side, which is lovely, and that there. And then on the other side, we've got those 2 facing there and that facing there. All right. So we have got one hell of a chunky monkey over here now. It is lovely and chunky, but it's going to look beautiful when it's all together. All right, everybody, so that's our little project for today. I hope that you thoroughly enjoyed it. I thoroughly have enjoyed making it. It was fun to do, all those different sorts of pockets. Okay, so I hope that you have a go at this, have some fun, put this together, use up those book pages, and a creative way to create a lot of storage in your journal. When I see you next time, I will be chatting a little bit more about what I know now that I wish I knew before when I was a newbie, and we'll talk about some of my top tools and other sort of ideas. So come and join me again. And don't forget that we still have the sale running in my Etsy shop, so you might be able to pick up a bargain there. All right, everyone, thank you so much for following along with me as always. You're amazing, and I couldn't do this without you. All your encouragement and support is phenomenal. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you again on Friday. Stay well, everybody. Bye-bye.